Okay, well, we are moving from the digital branch demo to the lead manager demo. And I'm just going to go ahead and click into another window here. We're going to log into lead manager. And you can see we simply just log in through a backend website. This is what we get. Now, what you'll see here, and I'm going to go through and show you some of the features of lead manager, is when we first log in, we get to the dashboard, and the dashboard shows, as you can see here, all unassigned leads. So these are all leads that have come in between yesterday and today. And even in the time that it took me to go in and do my vehicle loan under Testerson, where I plugged in a vehicle loan and a credit card loan, we actually had an anything loan, a vehicle loan, and a credit card come in the same amount of time. It was within 3 or 4 minutes of each other. So kind of interesting. So let me show you how this is laid out. Number one, the way we have it currently laid out is the date received. And these, you can see, came in yesterday. We also have the contact us feature of the website comes into Lead Manager. And there's a very specific reason we do that. Most recently, we went through a conversion. And so anyone that had questions, instead of randomly assigning people for those to answer those questions that came through, they were all put through Lead Manager, and then those are assigned to various people who go ahead and clear that out before the end of the day. We obviously have a few that are hanging on from yesterday, one in the morning, not really sure why that would be there, and then one from last night, which is probably just needs to be assigned and handled. So let's go down here to what's come in just in the last few moments. You'll notice that Testerson came through with a vehicle loan and a credit card. And if we click on that lead, what we'll find is that Testerson came in, the customer information here, my email address, and I mentioned that I was a current member, so we can easily find my membership information in the system. The linked lead would be a credit card because I clicked I was interested in that. And you'll notice that the branch name currently is unassigned, the owner is unassigned, the status is unassigned. And I'll show you what that means here in a moment. What you'll also find is that we have, in big bold terms here, this is a vehicle loan. We know that the tracking code came from the popover borrower move. Now, this is important to note, and I'll show you why that's there here in a little bit. Just know that we have the ability to track every single lead that comes through the system based on various tracking codes that are hidden in either the digital branch or perhaps on a URL, a specific URL that we own that's made to track leads from different ad campaigns. You can see here the requested amount was $26,750. This becomes kind of interesting to look at because if I had requested just a blanket amount, I need $30,000, a loan officer might assume that I've not picked out the vehicle yet, whereas a more specific amount like $26,750 suggests that I've already got the vehicle in mind and now I just need the loan in order to make it happen. I did a couple of interesting things here. I said skip 3 payments. That was important to me. But I also said this is a purchase. Those two may not go hand in hand. But I did in my note, I said I already picked out the car. I just need an approval. And a loan officer is probably going to jump right on that. So let's go back to the dashboard. And I want to show you how this would work. Now, when I go into lead details or the lead manager on the unassigned leads, and I go to Testerson, I'm actually going to assign it to myself. And the way that the assign feature works, if we go up here to the top and we go into the user's admin, what you'll find is a listing of all of the folks that are involved in the credit union in general. So we have, I don't know, roughly 140 employees or something like that. And every single one of these people has various administrative rights. So I'm going to go into my account here and I'm going to edit my own admin rights. And you can see that I have sort of a general account admin role, which means I have access to all of the products, all the product modifications, any and all inquiries, which means everything that comes through Lead Manager I can officially see. Now, if you were dealing with a frontline employee, or maybe it's a mortgage loan officer only, you would obviously click out of some of these products and only have mortgage or home style loan as an example, or only mortgage, home style, construction, or home equity line of credit. If you're dealing with a frontline staff or maybe a call center staff member, they might see all of the inquiries. So they're getting all of these contact us forms that are selected when someone goes to the website and has a question, and they'll simply follow up right away based on the leads that come through. So I'm going to go back to users, and then we'll go back to ultimately the dashboard. And you can see, again, when we go back to the dashboard, these are all of the leads that have come in. We're going back up to Test Testerson, and I'm going to go ahead and assign it to myself. So this is assigned to Adam Carroll, which means the credit card is assigned to Adam Carroll. And what we have down here are all of the leads that are assigned to me. And I've done this a couple times. So this was from 11/28. I could probably go in and delete that. But I had 36,750 and 26,750. Test Testerson really likes that 750 number. And then when I go in here and I click on assigned, let's go in there. I'm going to say, you know what? We are actually working on this particular loan, so it is in progress. And I'm just going to go ahead and say, I emailed the person, and I'm going to follow up tomorrow. When we save, it automatically timestamps everything, and it goes into the system right down here. So we have status changed to in progress, email follow-up tomorrow. I can go in and add more activities if I wanted to. So let's say Test Testerson called me back. And he's going to send me some info. And I'm going to save that. That is also timestamped on the system. And the benefit there is if you are a sales manager, you can literally go through each of your salespeople's activity log and find out what they're doing, what loans they have in process. And we also have a reporting feature on there as well. So let's go back to the dashboard. Now I want you to understand that the lead manager system has been absolutely integral in Community Choice Credit Union's success. And the success that CCCU has had over the past several years is pretty phenomenal. We went from about 200 million in assets just 3 or 4 years ago to over 500 million in assets. And we expanded our member base significantly in that process. Almost all of that is owed to the fact that we are using this software, and the culture that's been created around using the software is much more sales oriented. Now, here's kind of the interesting things that we can do. If we go into filtered leads, and we can check everything from, and let's say we're going to check the month of September through October. So we've got 2 months. We're going to do all leads. We're going to select all, actually we're going to do unassigned, assigned, in progress, withdrawn, approved, denied, funded, and closed. So we want everything. And we're going to do all and all users. And we're going to update this filter, and this may take just a minute or two to run because it's probably going to be a pretty significant amount of leads. I maybe should just do 1 month. As we're doing this, what you'll notice is that the ability to filter the leads based on approved, based on denied, based on funded or closed is really critical. As an example, if you know that you have a pretty significant number of leads that have come in for the month, and you're looking at your overall loan volume and the loan volume is down just a bit, what you can do is actually go back and look at the in progress leads. You can go back and look at all the approved leads, and you would be able to see what is officially in your pipeline at that moment that may or may not be closed. And now, instead of going out and spending a fortune on marketing, which is what most credit unions do, you can actually go back and look at just what is open and available and active to go out and close those loans. I'm going to do something here and reset this because that's a huge search feature, and we've probably got massive quantities of loans in there. Let's do October 1. We're going to close it October 31. That'll give us 30 days. All lead types. Actually, let's do this. Let's do all lead types. And let's do all that are assigned and in progress. And we're going to default this to all. And our users obviously are going to default it to assigned and in progress. So we're going to see what comes up here. Again, the power of going through the filter is pretty amazing because we can allow anyone access to the filtered leads, whether it be a sales manager, the CEO, you could have a COO. Let's go back through and do all here. Let's update. So we ask for all assigned leads and all in progress leads. And it's filtering currently. And here's what we get. So there are about 8 per page, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And if you'll notice here, now these are all in the month of October, any assigned and in progress leads. We have 5 pages, not 10 pages. That's 80. 15 times 8 is 80, 40, 120. So there's 120 loans that fit the characteristic of assigned and in progress. And this is the power of going back and looking through at what you've got in the pipeline. Candidly, I've been in financial institutions before where their leads are not tracked well. Many of them are on Post-it notes. Some are in some sort of a modified Excel spreadsheet that quite often is not updated regularly. And you can see the power of being able to filter and sort in this form and fashion. It's really quite amazing. Now here's another interesting tidbit. If we go back to the same loans and we say October 1 through October 31, our lead types are, let's just call them all loans. We are going to do, let's just do all of them. I believe we can do this. We're going to do all branches, and our reports are going to be product and services summary. And let's see what the report looks like here. This is a brand new feature within Simply Focused, and one that our leadership team uses almost exclusively on a monthly basis to go back and look through what kind of lead volume we have and what kind of loan volume has been created as a result of it. So you'll notice that October 1 through October 31, we had 24 apps assigned, 43 in progress, 18 approved, 230 funded, which could be from months before, 277 denied, those are ones again in progress, and 324 withdrawn over the course of that time. So those numbers look huge, obviously, but we have 916 total apps that came in the month. I mentioned around 1,000 to 2,000, depending on the month. Total volume of leads that came in was 18.6 million. That is 100% app status, meaning we didn't have any fallout in the process. And then here's the product breakdown. We had 370 for vehicle loans, 27 for mortgage, 213 for anything, 31 for home equity line of credit, 173 for credit cards, 23 for a credit limit increase. And then we go through funded, close percentage, funded amount, product percentage of total volume, product percentage of total apps funded. It's staggering how intricate we can get in the reporting of these features, because you'll notice that on anything loans we had 213 and we closed 25% of those in the month. Credit card balance transfers 33%, credit card limit increases 65%. So all gives you a sense of what's actually happening within your branches. And this is really, really super phenomenal. Here's the other thing. We can even tell on the conversion questions how many people had a debit card question. On our conversion, we had 159 inquiries on online banking. So we have a little bit of visibility into the system, which creates a whole lot more accountability. So again, this is Lead Manager. I'm going to go back. We're going to go to Lead Manager dashboard. And we've got all sorts of other things in here, branches, departments. We can go through perks and products. But the main things we're doing in here are going to be reports and the dashboard, specifically assigning to each individual, and then what they have in their activity pipeline that they need to take care of that day. So this is Lead Manager. Hopefully you liked it. Again, this is the cross between Rocket Mortgage on the front end. This is the Salesforce Lite portion on the back end. What I'm going to do in the next video is show you the Branch Manager, which allows us to actually control and modify our digital branch website. Stay tuned.